All right, good evening. Today is March 20th, 2020. I'm Mayor Short, the mayor of McLendon-Chisholm. This evening I'm coming to you not only as your mayor, but as your fellow citizen of McLendon-Chisholm. During the last few weeks, we have seen a lot about COVID-19, this virus that is hit worldwide, and I just want to share a few things with you. As everyone is aware, COVID-19 has spread throughout the world, including the great state of Texas. Yesterday, Governor Abbott issued an executive order including avoiding social gatherings in groups of more than 10, no dine-in restaurants or bars are allowed to open, takeout and drive-through are encouraged, and helps our economy to stay afloat during this difficult time. What that means is you cannot go in and sit down in a restaurant. If the restaurant is available to walk in for takeout, yes, you can. Preferred method is drive-through or getting it delivered. Gyms and massage parlors are also shut down, and many shopping malls, retail establishments, and non-essential services are shutting down as a precaution. No one is allowed to visit nursing homes, retirement homes, or long-term care facilities unless providing critical care assistance. All schools are closed at this time. They are in our districts that are here in Rockwall County, which in our city involves Rockwall school districts. They are instituting online learning. So that is what is going on for our school children at this point in time. The Rockwall County Health Authority has also issued the following statement today. I know we are all living in a very difficult reality in the midst of a global pandemic. These are things we all need to be doing to get through this together and to limit the spread and damage of this novel virus on the back end. Number one, mitigation and social distancing. The best way we can prevent this virus is to avoid contact. Do not leave your house unless you absolutely have to. If you must leave, such as shopping, practice social distancing. That means keeping at least 6 feet away from other individuals. Wash your hands frequently and do not touch your mouth or face unless you recently washed your hands as well. Number two, avoid gatherings together. Do not eat in restaurants or bars. Order takeout or home delivery. Avoid gyms, dance classes, movie theaters, etc. There should not be any grouping of more than 10 people in any one room, and these individuals should be socially distancing themselves from the others. Number three, if you are sick, stay home. Most COVID-19 infections are mild in 80% of individuals affected. Treat with rest, fluids, and Tylenol for fever. Avoid anti-inflammatories such as Advil, naproxen, Aleve, etc. These can make infections worse. If others in your house are not sick, socially isolate in your house. If the sick individual should use one bathroom, stay away from the other. Have them stay away from others in the house. Testing capabilities are still very limited across the country. The hospitals at this time are only testing individuals that are at a hospital level of illness. This means people having respiratory difficulties such as shortness of breath or chest pain. We must avoid overwhelming our healthcare system. If you have mild illness, stay home or contact your primary care physician. If you worsen or begin to develop shortness of breath, contact your provider before going to their office or an emergency room. We must protect our healthcare workers so that they can stay well and are there to treat those with more serious illnesses. There is no current treatment for the coronavirus. If you go to an emergency room or a physician's office for mild symptoms, you may be exposing more individuals in the community and healthcare workers unnecessarily. Number four, we must flatten the curve. The curve refers to the current level of infection. If it rises above what our healthcare system can handle, people could die needlessly. We will run out of our ability to treat those with more serious coronavirus infections, as well as normal illnesses we treat every day, such as heart attacks, strokes, or normal everyday pneumonia. What is your role in all of this, and how can we flatten the curve? If it's at all possible, stay home. Number 5, lastly, and if you are not already aware, this is not the flu. It is a much more transmittable with a much higher mortality This is not the flu. It is much more transmittable with a larger, higher mortality. The younger being infected, multiple individuals are in their 20s without any previous medical condition or are on ventilators across the United States. I tell you this not to frighten you, but to inform you so that we can make wise decisions for our families and our community. During the Tuesday, May 24th council meeting here in McLendon-Chisholm, I will be amending and extending the disaster declaration that I issued on May 17th. This declaration states that I expect all citizens to comply with all effective state of Texas executive orders and federal guidelines to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. As a result, the following procedures are in place to protect McLendon-Chisholm residents, visitors, and staff. If you are experiencing or have experienced within the last 14 days fever, coughing, and or shortness of breath, please do not enter City Hall. McLendon-Chisholm City Hall will maintain normal operating hours for routine business, such as issuance of building permits Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. City Hall visitors are permitted in the lobby during regular business hours and council meetings or council chambers on meeting days. Visitors are restricted from entering staff areas at this time, and council meeting visitors will be limited to the following social distancing guidelines. The city is not currently taking reservations for the use of the community room. Planning and Zoning Commission meetings and City Council meetings will continue as scheduled. Citizens may attend these meetings but are encouraged to watch live or recorded public meetings at mclendon-chisholm.civicweb.net/portal to prevent or limit the spread of COVID-19. Anyone wishing to express public comments may attend meetings or may submit comments to the city administrator at lisa@mclendon-chisholm.com ahead of the meeting. Any comments received will be read into the record during the meeting. City Hall high-touch areas will be cleaned and sanitized often to reduce the risk of any virus transmission. McLendon-Chisholm encourages all citizens to monitor and follow current CDC recommendations, limit gatherings of 10 people or more, and to practice social distancing along with any new guidelines that are generated during the coming days and weeks. City staff will be monitoring conditions and will adjust city operations as needed. Any updates to services will be posted on the city's website and the Facebook page. If you are a resident who needs assistance or knows of someone who needs assistance, please contact City Hall staff and we will make every effort to find an appropriate resource to help them. As your mayor, I want to express to you, we as a city, along with our county and our state, are in some uncharted waters with this. Okay? We don't want to raise fear. We don't want to raise panic. What we want is our citizens to be good, responsible individuals and practice the guidelines that have been put in place so that we can get past this and go back to normalcy. Everybody sees the information overload that happens every day on the news concerning this nationwide and worldwide. We care about our citizens here in McLendon-Chisholm. We care about our citizens throughout Rockwall County as well as our nation as a whole. And we want to ensure that everybody is safe to be here in the coming days and that we don't see you sick, ill, or anything much worse than that. Thank you for your time.